Hello, and welcome to my channel. It's the Network Specialist. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Everything I will discuss in this video is alleged and, in my opinion, used for entertainment purposes only. So, guys, today I am just doing a life update. As some of you probably already know, I celebrated a birthday on September 27th, and I was also on vacation for a week. And even though I always say, "Hey, Mama Bees, thank you so much for being here. Hey, Linda Gamble, thank you so much for being here, beautiful." So even though I always say that I'm going to try to go live while I'm on vacation, it never happens because I don't know. I guess because even though I think I'll have extra time, I never actually do. And leading up to celebrating your birthday, there's a lot of preparation that needs to be done. Even though this year for my birthday, I really didn't want to make a fuss. I just really wanted a very low-key birthday this year because in the past, I've really went all out for my birthday, celebrating all month, just making a really big deal. But this year, I just wanted to just be low-key. Obviously, I spent time getting prepared, making sure that I was fabulous. So at any point, I was ready to be outside. Definitely took care of all of that. Hey, Real Talk with Grace and Mercy. Thank you so much for being here. So I had an absolutely amazing time on vacation and also celebrating my birthday. And oh my gosh, it was so hard to go back to work because I just really had a great time. And usually, I don't go live on Mondays because that's just like my busiest day of the week, and I'm usually kind of recuperating from the weekend as well. So I usually don't go live. So today, it's not going to be like content per se. I just wanted to give you guys a live update so that you guys could know like where I've been. If you did watch my last live, you guys did know that I was going on vacation, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't a big surprise when you didn't see me around. But I have periodically been in these YouTube streets. Now, one of the stories that I did not cover on my channel, but really hit home or just really touched my heart was the Romika Meeks story. And that is the young lady that was unalived by her baby daddy's new baby mama. So that story has really touched my heart, and I have been following that story from day one. I believe it was September 8th, but I actually did not want to cover that story on my channel because that story is very dark, and I really want to stay away from, stories like that really have me in my feelings because I am an empath. So I take on other people's emotions and things like that. And they really, you know, hit me hard. So I didn't want to cover that story, but I am definitely following that story. And I definitely want Romika's family to get justice because I just felt like what happened to her was just so awful, and I just can't imagine. So I really want justice for Romika. And on top of that, I have also been watching Love Island Games, which is another show that I don't want to create content on my channel, but I do love the show, but it's not something that I want to talk about on my channel. I'm very particular about what I talk about on my channel, and it really does have to be something that I'm really interested in because I am so busy in my personal life that if it's something that I'm really not into, I won't be able to watch, much less talk about it on my channel. So, Love Island USA Games ended last night, and it was Isaiah and what was her name? Lucinda, I believe. They won the 250 Thou Wow. So they were the winners of Love Island Games. So shout out to them. Honestly, I wanted Justine to win, but I didn't necessarily want Tyreek to win, and that was her partner. So I am totally okay with the outcome because I truly believe that if Justine and Tyreek would have won, Tyreek would have kept all of the money and Justine would have gotten none. Okay. Because Tyreek is, he really came there for the money. And even though he's a lover boy, he's just not there. He wasn't there for love. So, you know, he coupled up with several ladies during this season, and honestly, I don't think that he was really into any of these ladies. He was really there just to win the money. And he's also there with his best friend of 15 years, who I think they even said that they were roommates. So that got a little sticky. But at the end of the day, they wished each other's well, and neither one went home with the win. So I guess they can continue to be best friends because nobody has to be jealous and hating on the other. So that's pretty much what happened with that. Um, Also, we got the Braxtons that will be coming back, I believe, on October 10th. So I am super, super excited about that because you guys know that I've always covered the Braxtons, their last, the Braxton family values. I've also talked a lot about the sisters, Tamar. Um, Give me a second. And also, I covered the niece on my channel as well, and she's supposed to be making an appearance, the niece Ashley. So I am super excited about that. So guys, if you haven't watched my videos on Ashley Braxton, you can go back and take a look at that. And I still have to do the last episode of Heart and Hustle Houston, but I did also want to let you guys know that Ro from Heart and Hustle Houston, she popped in my comment section to kind of give me some insight because in one of my videos, I said that Ro really needs to get it together because she has a daughter that's watching her every move, and she's out here dating a guy for 4 years that doesn't want to commit, and she could have potentially been pregnant by this guy, but it was a false alarm because it turned out that she wasn't pregnant. So I don't know if she did that for a storyline. She was very nice and very pleasant in the comments. So we went back and forth. So she said that she was talking about her ex. I didn't really ask her to elaborate on it because it's really neither here nor there. But I'm glad that she's seen my video and she wasn't offended by what I said. And she did let me know that they will be finding out really soon if they're going to get a season two. So I really want you guys to watch that show because I really want these ladies to get, a season two. They deserve it. They're not out here faking their lives. They're out here, being successful in real life and not like on some reality TV shows where they're faking everything. So shout out to them for that. And honestly, I know a lot of people didn't watch this show because a lot of us, including myself, got rid of the OWN network because we didn't plan on watching, Love and Marriage Huntsville. So, at least for me personally, I didn't need that um subscription anymore. But once I decided to get watch Heart and Hustle Houston, I did go ahead and get it back. And I'm assuming that's going to be the same platform that we're going to be watching the Braxtons on. So no biggie. And then I'm going to be doing a lot more celebrity news and gossip because that just works a lot better for me. It's very hard to start new shows because you have to get to know all of the cast members, and it's so much easier when you're consistently doing commentary on the same shows that you love, that you've been watching for years. So for myself, that's going to be the Braxtons, Married to Medicine, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and am I forgetting anyone? I really enjoy the King and Queen's Court, so I'll probably always do commentary on those and several more that I'm probably forgetting. But definitely, there are some celebrities that I am definitely going to be talking about this week that I have been following for a long time. And one of those is going to be, um, let's see. I'm going to talk a little bit about Tyler Perry's The Governor, that show, and what's her name? The start of the show, because she came out and made a post because a lot of people think that it's a new show because the previous show, it's still the same show, but they had to change the name of the show. So it was called She the People, but after being sued, they had to change the name of the show to The Governor. So it's almost like you're watching a new show, but it's the same show. So I will be talking about that. I will be talking about, give me one second, guys. Just giving you guys some idea of the celebrity news and stuff that I am interested in, and some of the celebrities that I do follow, like Portia Williams. We'll be doing some commentary on her, um, as well as, let me see, I'm just trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything or anybody. And of course, we're going to stay with this 2 o'clock time because it just works well with my lifestyle. And then when I have some extra time, I will go live at other times as well. So, what have you guys been up to? Mama B says, I thought the Braxtons was on We. I might be wrong. The Braxtons is definitely on We, but when I Google it, it says that you'll be able to watch it if you have Philo. So, Philo is the same platform that I watch Heart and Hustle Houston on. So, I won't have to get another subscription. But yes, you're absolutely right. It is on We. So, is there anything that you guys have been following? Any stories? Oh, also, I also covered a story the last week that I was here about a young lady in Florida, Miami to be exact. Her boyfriend's or her boyfriend's girlfriend, because I'm assuming she's the side chick, showed up at her house for her man and knocked on the door. And she opened the door and she ended up shooting this guy's girlfriend in the box. So I was on another platform. I'm not going to say the name of the platform. I was on another platform following the Romika case, and the cousin of the person that did the shooting came up on the platform and she wanted to speak on it. And she said that these females really need to get it together because now you're facing, you know, unaliving charges for shooting this girl in the buttocks when you could have literally not opened your door. Okay. And she also said that the guy that she was messing around with, that was dating this girl that she shot in the buttocks, is now back with this guy and she's facing, you know, murder charges. So that is really sad for her because I also, in that same video, I went over the stand your ground law. And I said, this girl will absolutely not qualify for the stand your ground law because, first of all, she shot the girl in the back. So she could not have been a big threat if you shot this girl in the back. And after she shot the young lady, the boyfriend jumped up and left the scene. So by the time the police got there, they had to track him down because he was just going to get up and leave the scene. If that was the case, maybe he should have went to the door and addressed his girlfriend. Like, what's really upsetting to me is the fact that a lot of women who are suffering from domestic violence, they're, purchasing these weapons and they're getting their licenses to carry, but instead of, putting that energy to these men that are abusing them, they're choosing to unalive or shoot the other woman. So I'm really not understanding that. And there are a lot of women who are just settling in these relationships. Like, why would you accept being number two? Like, if you can't be number one, then why in the hell you want to be number two? So I am really disappointed. Hey, to Latrice, thank you so much for being here. I am so disappointed because I don't know if her situation was kind of like a copycat situation to the Rumika Meeks situation. And I hope that we don't see a continuation of that because that's just so sad that a woman, especially women with kids, are willing to risk it all over a no good ass man. And this man is going to go on with his life. And now you're stuck in jail. And now your baby don't have a mother. Like, I'm just like appalled at these women that are willing to risk it all for a man. So again, to Latrice, have you been watching the Romika Meeks story? Because I have really been tied to this story since day one. Hey, Sharon Gabal, thank you so much for being here. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and repeat. I am just doing a live update because I celebrated my birthday on September 27th. And I was also on vacation for a week, so that's why I've been MIA. So I'm just letting you guys know that I am back. I usually don't go live on Mondays because that's my busiest day of the week, but I thought I would just come live and give you guys a live update and let you know where I've been. So I have been behind the scenes. I've been enjoying life. I've been, getting outside and just having a great time and doing me. So I am in a very good place right now. Very happy, just having fun, enjoying my vacation, and just doing me for the most part. So yes, I turned 55 on my birthday. So it was kind of like a special year for me, but not a year that I wanted to kind of like make a big deal and celebrate with everybody else. I just wanted to reflect, have some me time and things like that. Thank you so much, Sharon. Hey, Cynthia Christian, thank you so much for being here and good afternoon to you as well. So guys, if you did not like the video on your way in, please like the video on your way out. And also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you always get updates. Thank you so much, Mama Bees. And I know you have a birthday coming up too, Mama Bees. And if I'm not mistaken, Mama Bees, let me know. I believe I could be wrong. I know your birthday, I want to say it has a four in it. So either it was the fourth or it's the 14th. Mama Bees, drop down in the comments and let me know when your birthday is. I'm going to go with the 14th. When is your birthday, Mama Bees? The 15th. Okay, so I was one day off. The 15th. Okay, so that makes you a Libra as well. Thank you so much, Cynthia. So, yes, guys, what shows have you guys been watching? I need to know. What shows have you guys been watching? What has been catching your attention? What is it? So we got about 4 more days for the Braxtons, and I'm not sure. if this show is getting so much attention because everybody knows that Ashley Braxton is going to be on the show and she could potentially be, sharing her experience, with SA. But this show has not even, premiered yet, and this show is getting a lot of attention. And I don't know if it's because everybody is very stunned at how Tony Braxton reacted to Tamar. Like, we never seen her get that rowdy. So I'm not sure if it's because of that or if it's because Ashley will be appearing on the show. And also the fact that the cease and desist shut down the podcast that Tamar was supposed to be doing with Ashley. Okay, so you're watching Real Housewives of Potomac. And to be honest with you, I thought very briefly about watching and covering that show, but to be quite honestly, I don't think I want to cover any other Housewives shows except for The Real Housewives of Atlanta. But I do know that's a popular show, and from what I can see, it looks like it's going to be pretty good. But for right now, I don't think I want to cover any other housewife franchise. So we'll just have to wait on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But I'm sure these ladies is going to give us a lot to talk about outside of the actual show because I know you guys have already heard that Portia Williams announced that she's dating a woman and she's also dating a man. Now, really sure how I feel about that. I mean, I'm a very open-minded person. Like, do you, boo? Like, I totally don't have a problem with that, especially in this day and time with a lot of people being poly. Like, it is what it is. But it was just, I don't know if it was just the way she announced it. Like, we haven't heard about her dating anybody. And then you come out and say that you're dating two people of the opposite sex, you know what I'm saying? A male and a female, that was kind of odd. But the female that she's supposed to be dating, she's supposed to, she's been filming with Portia, so I guess we'll get to meet the girlfriend. We haven't heard about her filming with the boyfriend, but maybe at some point we'll meet the boyfriend too. But I think that Portia is just trying to come up with a storyline because if you guys remember in one of Portia's confessionals, she did kind of low key mention the fact that she would date a female. And we've always had our suspicions about Portia because of what happened between her and Tanya on that episode with the stripper. So we always kind of low key knew that Portia could potentially be bisexual, but I guess she wanted to go ahead and put it out there. Okay. And Sharon said, Portia is going to do Portia. She is. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at Portia doing Portia because at the end of the day, we just live in a day and time when people are just being who they are. And honestly, I would rather for people to be exactly who they are. Don't send me a version of who you are, a fake version. I would rather you just be your true and authentic self. Because as for me, I can't be anything else other than who I am. And I already know that I'm not a one size fits all type of person. I'm not for everybody. But at the end of the day, you know, I want my subscribers, my friends, my family, anybody who I come into contact with to get to know the real and true, authentic me. Okay. And if I'm not for, people, then that's okay. But the people who are here, I'll know that they're here because they truly and genuinely want to be here. Okay. So that's why I'm not a bandwagon type of person. I don't jump on bandwagons. I pretty much do me, and that's pretty much what it is. So yeah, I'm actually excited to see what Portia got going on because at the end of the day, I'm a little tired of Simon being so petty. Like, Simon, move on. Yes, Portia probably did get with you for your money, but guess what? You got with Portia because you wanted a pretty face and a, pretty body on your arm. So neither one of guys, Simon or Portia, had good intentions. So it is what it is. And you signed the prenup, Simon. Yes, they didn't honor the prenup exactly what it, for what it said, but at the end of the day, you signed it. You guys took what, a whole entire year to write out the prenup, so you knew well and good what you were signing. And Mama B says, I have been doing a lot of politics, following Joy Reid show, Don Lemon, Black News, Roland Martin, etc. Gotcha. And that's exactly what I've been trying to stay away from, because this ISIS stuff is getting really creepy. Um, and a lot of things are going downhill. And I believe I heard first, we heard that 300,000 Black women, you know, got laid off. Then I heard a little clarification, and I believe it was from Queen Sheba, if I'm not mistaken. And she said it wasn't just people being laid off. A lot of these Black women left their corporate America jobs to become entrepreneurs. And I can totally see that, because these jobs don't give a damn about you. So at the end of the day, you better put yourself first. And then over the weekend, as I was out sitting at the bar at Bonefish, a retired man told me that 800,000 government workers got laid off. So I'm really trying to stay away from the news, except for what I see on social media, because I really don't have a choice when it comes to that. Because being a content creator, you're always on the internet because that's where you get your content. But other than that, I've been trying to stay away from these politics, because I am seeing so many benefits that people are used to, especially the elderly people, being cut. And it's just so sad. So I haven't been doing a lot of that. I have been keeping up with the drama and the back and forth between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. And even though, like, I'm not really one to take sides. If I had to pick a side, it would definitely be Cardi B. I'm like so over Nicki Minaj and her jealous tendencies, and just her not being a girl's girl. So, like, I'm not really into Nicki like that. And Sharon says, I've been watching the new seasons of Survivor and The Amazing Race. Okay, so I'm not that familiar with each any one of those shows, but I will definitely check them out and see what else we got going on. But I think with everything that's going on right now, again, I don't think I'll be adding any other shows unless something comes on that I really like, and then we'll see. But outside of that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it there and get back to work. Again, if you have not liked the video on your way in, please like the video. And if you just happen to be catching the replay, like the video and subscribe to the channel, and drop down in the comments so that we can keep this conversation going. Thank you guys so much for being here, and bye for now.